Just talk about the feeling of winning this game. We talked about how last night how it felt like the whole season was building towards tonight, and there were stretches where you guys, it looked like you played your best basketball.
You want me to talk?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a crazy feeling. We're all so excited. We've worked really hard, Janitza and myself for 4 years, but everyone, I mean, the freshmen came in and everyone knew that we wanted to do something this year, and everyone had the same goals. And, you know, we've worked hard for however many months. It feels like forever. 6 months. And now it's finally all coming together, and, you know, we have one more game at least, so we're really excited.
You know, it's hard, like you tried, like especially today, not to let yourself think about what winning or losing this game might mean, because the emotion creeps up on you, and I think it especially got me in the last 3 minutes. Melissa just kept looking up at me. She was out of the game and kept just kind of looking at me, and I'm like, I can't even make eye contact with you, or I'm going to start crying, and the game's not even over yet. It's I'm so proud of their efforts. I'm so proud of everything. I couldn't be more proud of the two players to my right and left. I mean, this has been building for 4 years. This is something that when I was recruiting them that we talked about how special we could be if they worked hard and were great leaders and all of those things. So it's overwhelming feeling of joy and pride, and you know, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, like you said before, it's something that we've been working on since the beginning of the season. You know, we had Sweet 16 our sophomore year, Elite 8 our junior year. You know, it's a great feeling going to the Final Four. You know, our senior year. But like Melissa said, you know, it wasn't just about us. You know, the freshmen coming in knew the game plan. You know, and getting kicked off at yesterday's spot last year or today's spot last year. You know, it definitely was in the back of at least my head, you know, definitely wanted to make it further this year. So, you know, it was just a great team effort that's been building since the beginning of the season, you know, and the coaches have been doing a tremendous job just getting us ready for each game, you know, and having at least one more game this senior year could not be going better.
Karen, talk about, you know, the fast start again, the third straight game you get out big, and what did you say at halftime? Especially a year ago in this position, you know, you were up at halftime.
Absolutely.
So did you have to remind me of that, or
absolutely? It's actually all I really did talk about at halftime was that how we needed to keep our foot on the gas pedal and keep pressing and keep pushing and not look at the clock and not look at the scoreboard. And we play best when we're pushing. We don't play best when we slow down the game and when we sort of go into idle mode. I think that we get a little casual and we don't defend. I mean, we're better when we're running, and we're better when we're working really hard. So that's all we talked about at halftime, and I thought we did a tremendous job of doing that in the second half. And that's hard to do because as the game creeps on, you start looking at the clock and realizing, you know, that you're about to, you know. So it's, but they did a tremendous job of really staying focused for that whole 20 minutes.
You know, we talked about last night and the struggles you had, shots not falling.
Right.
Anything different today? The first four just went in like it seemed as if nothing ever happened.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't need them yesterday, and we needed them today. So it's always nice when your first shot goes in. That really helps, and it helps. I know it helps myself and the team when I get off to a good start. So I thought that was really important going into today, and I was really going to do everything I could to make sure that happened. So.
And, you know, that's what great players do. They keep shooting.
You really had a mismatch with Melissa. I mean, you knew that it looked like that was a game plan to get her going early. I mean, they had no answer. They tried.
Actually, it wasn't the game plan. Melissa might have been, you know, recognizes that, and you know, but psych is tough, and sometimes it's hard to be defended by a smaller, stronger guard like that. It makes it a little bit tricky. But I thought, you know, that all of our players, I think, do a very nice job of recognizing and taking what the defense gives us. And I thought that, you know, in the first, you know, beginning of the game, I thought that's what the defense gave us, and we took that. And I think that's a tribute to us as a team.
At what point in the second half did you let yourself believe like you're going to win this game?
I would say with like 2 minutes left. I really tried not to look at the score for a big part of it, but I would say about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, when we have such a big lead, whether it's like 8 minutes left, you want to be like, you know, yeah, we have this, but you know, in a short amount of time, a team can make any run. But I would definitely say around like the 2-minute mark is when, you know, we definitely felt good about it.
And for the two of you, what's it like being on the bench at the end, watching it unfold?
Oh my God, it's definitely an incredible feeling, you know, and just seeing the other girls out there, just letting everyone on the team be a part of this, you know, is definitely a great feeling for me personally, and I'm sure for Melissa as well. You know, it's a great feeling.
Let's talk about, you know, on an aside, you reaching a milestone tonight. You were 2,000 points. You know, talk about what it is to reach something like that. I mean, 1,000 is always kind of the goal of every player, but to score 2.
I mean, I'm very fortunate. I've been in a place where, you know, my teammates do such a nice job of helping me get open, or, you know, opening up the lane for me. And, you know, I really didn't think about it too much before the game. But it's so special, especially to get it on my home court.
Did you know?
I did know.
Okay.
That's my fault.
You know, Melissa and I have had this conversation a little bit, so I'm going to talk for her just for a second, because she's so humble. And, you know, scoring is never her focus at all. And, you know, maybe 2 weeks ago I said something to her that she had an opportunity to do it, and I understood that, you know, she's not like that and she's not a selfish player, but we talked a little bit about what it might mean 10 years from now or 20 years from now, and I just think it's an amazing accomplishment. And I'm really, you know, I'm really happy for her. Also, I'm happy that she did it in the context of the game, no matter what. You know, she wasn't, you know, she wasn't looking to do it. She just did what she did. So, but it's, I think it's a tribute to her, and she'll be in the history books forever. And you know, it's pretty amazing.
Right. But I'd say right now, the best feeling is that we're going to Michigan, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. So I'm so excited.
Karen, what
to say about Kelly? I mean, you were getting that first head coaching opportunity in the season they had. I know they're hurting in that locker room. You've been in that situation, but just talk about their season, what she's building at Salisbury.
I think Kelly's doing a tremendous job at Salisbury. I remember when she first got the job, and we had a pretty good year, and I'd seen her recruiting, you know, and she was little, and I was like, you're going to get there. You know, do what you do, believe in yourself, believe in your players. And I just, you know, she's an excellent basketball coach. She built in 3 years. I mean, she got them to the Elite 8 in 3 years. I mean, that's a tremendous job. They, you know, those seniors played so hard, and they're so well coached. And, you know, give Salisbury all the credit in the world. I mean, we knew that they were going to play really well, and, you know, we clicked today, you know, in a way that, you know, I don't think too many people were going to stop us today.
I don't know what's happening out west, but let's say you've had to face Calvin at Calvin. What kind of challenge is that going to be?
No idea. We haven't looked. I mean, for us, you know, we have worked so hard as a team. We have worked so hard as a coaching staff. We have worked so hard to get to this win that we are going to take today and not worry about it. We're going to take today and enjoy this. We've worked 6 months to get 87 practices and 31 games to get to this moment right here. So we will be ready, and they will be ready. We'll be ready as a staff. But I didn't even ask who won. I don't care who won. And not today. Tomorrow we will.
It's immediately after the game, so obviously it still hasn't overset. And just give her thought of, you know, going into the Final Four, you know, what the expectation, or not even expectation, but the thought of getting a chance and opportunity to play there.
Yeah, it's definitely a great opportunity. You know, I think it really doesn't matter who we play as long as we go out there and show them who Montclair State University is, and, you know, our focus is playing our basketball, you know, and then we'll worry about the other team when we get there.
What's for you?
It's really special. And I've said this a million times, but I wouldn't trade this opportunity with this group for anything, because I love all of them, and we really get along, and you know, I feel like everyone says that, but we do have a special bond, and I think that's what makes us so great. And when everyone's ready comes to play, I think we're pretty tough to beat, and, you know, we'll bring our skills to Michigan and see what happens, and anything can happen at this point. So,
Karen, for you, it's a going. You went to school there, and as a matter of fact, in Grand Rapids. So, was that ever a thought? Did you ever look at this sheet, know the final was there, and say how interesting that would be?
Yes.
we've all said it. We all
Yeah.
wanted to bring Coach back to Michigan. So that's
Was that kind of a rally cry, maybe without her knowing that? Or was that wide open?
But that's been what we've been saying all year. Let's get Coach back to Michigan. That's where she grew up. That's where she's from. So we're going to play our butts off for her in Michigan for sure.
Earlier this season, you guys had 1 point loss here. What's it like to go from that to having maybe your biggest win ever?
I think sometimes those losses help you a little bit. I know the three of us have been through an undefeated season, and the pressure of an undefeated season is a lot. So I think in some ways, I certainly didn't want to have it or didn't plan it that way, but in some ways it takes one small piece of pressure off of you and makes you a little bit better basketball team, reminds you how important every possession is and how important it is to do the little things. So I think if you take it the right way and you learn from it, which I think we did, I think it can be a positive thing.
It was amazing. I mean, I saw you play a Rowan, and they kind of had you on the ropes. And if that game goes the other way, maybe this game is not here tonight. I mean, is it that fine a line in the women's
It
game?
is. It's even finer than that. I mean, I was very concerned that 1 point loss to Stockton would keep us from hosting. And it's hard when you have that kind of pressure. I mean, you know how good everyone is and how much you have to do. I mean, we needed to be one in our region, and we were fortunate that 1 point loss didn't keep us from doing that. And it's a tribute to these guys, but it's very, very hard.
It's kind of a privilege of having to get to coach the players onto your right and your left one more week.
Yeah. It's almost too much. I mean, just any time that I get to spend with them is it means so much to me. These two, we knew they were special when we recruited them, and I remember in both of their recruiting visits sitting with them and saying that they would change our program, and that if they came to Montclair State, they could help us be something special and help us do something special. And Melissa and I were saying earlier that this is 4 years in the making. So to get to share this with Melissa and Janitza and Courtney and Brian and the 4 years. I mean, to get to share with all of them is amazing, but to get to share with the people that've been here and help us build this program is just a tremendous feeling. And they're, these guys are like family to me now. So.
When the buzzer sounds and the game is over, what's going through all of your minds?
Book our flights. That's what I said. Book our flights.
Book the flights.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.